Negotiating project partnerships. Now, we've talked on this channel about partnerships and some of the risks of using the word partner. If you're tuning in here, you might be thinking about using a partnership for a project. The first issue we encounter from a business standpoint is, what do we mean by the word partner? The word partner is bantered around a lot in the business world, and it can mean everything from an actual general partnership partner where you have unlimited liability from each other, an informal business entity type, to a partnership where it's structured as an LLC or corporation. That's the term we use a lot in our office. Most of the partnerships we see, we recommend that they go into an LLC or corporation. So we see a lot of that type of partnership. Or it can be a business partnership with a supplier, customer, vendor, where everybody's working together on a project. And then sometimes we'll do a partnership for a particular project. So first thing we need to unpack is what type of partnership it is. For today's video, we're talking about a partnership where people are working together to accomplish a common objective or project. So that's a project partnership. What does that look like? Well, that means negotiating what that is. And there's going to be a contract or agreement. Now, what you need to think about here is, what is that contract and agreement? Are we setting up a formal legal entity? Usually not in a project partnership. Usually, you're just coming together to do the project. Then the question becomes, do you actually become legal partners? Generally, most people don't want that outcome. So that's something you're going to structure around to allow you to work together to complete the project, to enjoy the economic benefits of working together, but you probably don't want to become a legal partnership. So your documentation, your legal structure should be set up in such a way to avoid being an inadvertent partnership. The next layer beyond that is, what does the project look like? That's where the real negotiation comes in. This is where you want to have agreements between the entities, usually in writing, because oral agreements can be hard to enforce and hard to understand what they are. So you want a nice written agreement that memorializes how the entities are going to work together. And if you're smart, you may want to spend some good time negotiating that agreement up front, working through the what ifs, looking at the terms, figuring out how you're going to really work together to maximize your chances of success, but also make a working relationship that works for both sides of the ledger. So that starts with a contract or agreement for the project that will be negotiated by the two parties, presumably by their lawyers, who are going to work through the terms with each other, and the business people will adjust that. So it's usually a conversation back and forth. That is a project partnership. So first stage, we got to figure out what type of partnership we have. Secondly, we got to figure out whether we want to be actual partners for legal purposes. And then third, we need to negotiate the agreement. Hope that's helpful for you. If you have general questions or comments, go ahead and drop them below. But remember, your comments are not confidential on a channel like this. For confidential communications, talk to an attorney of your choosing and licensed in your jurisdiction. And I hope you subscribe to the channel for more tips in the future.